Um, Vincent, I'm going to start just an overview of the session. If Akari joins, then you just let me know, then I can stop.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. You can start it.
Yeah. And I don't have a slide, so I'm just going to talk. Yeah, so I don't have a slide.
Okay,
And
if you're going to use the same slides, maybe I can share my screen. If it's the same slide, she'll use.
Probably not, because I have no idea the data she has there. So I'm just going to speak from my mind what I think about the topic and try
Okay,
to
cool.
engage everybody to be on the same page.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And just when you see her online, you just let me know so she can pick it up.
Okay, cool. You can
Right.
go on, please.
Thank you. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome for today's session. Sorry that the presenter is having some challenges, taking a while to join, but instead of us waiting, I thought it's necessary for us to have this conversation. And as we wait for her to come on, she joins, then she can pick up on her presentation. Right. So today we are supposed to talk about mental health and psychological well-being. Great. So we're going to have a discussion, and I'm just going to call out on a few people to be able to respond back. So I'm going to start with um, Vera. Vera, I don't know if you're able to unmute. Could you respond to this question? How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
And Madut, how are you today? Madut, if you can unmute and just tell me how you are today.
I'm very fine. Just waiting for the session now.
Great. Okay. Normally when we talk about mental health and psychological being, we are talking about the how are you that is not the usual I am fine. It's not the answer that we give so quickly for us to move on. So when we say how are you, it means how are you feeling in your mind, in your heart, in your thoughts, right? That's our psychological well-being. So when we are answering how are you, we are answering in terms of how are we really feeling. When you say I am fine, yeah, you're fine, right? But it's just so you know you don't have anything else to say. But you could be going through a number of things. There could be so much that is going on in your mind, in your heart, in your thoughts, right? But from the outset, you just simply say, I am fine. Because the truth is, many of us are not really okay. Malice Kennedy, you can mute yourself. Um, the truth is, many of us are not okay, but we have learned how to function as if we are okay. We show up, we work, we smile, we interact with people, but internally, we are carrying a lot of things. We carry stress, pressure, we carry fear, overthinking, emotional exhaustion. And sometimes we don't even realize how much it is affecting us, right? So when we talk about mental health, many people immediately think about the illness, the one that puts people in psychiatric home. No, they think of the extreme conditions. They think of something far away from them, right? But mental health is much closer. than that. Mental health is about how you think, how you feel, how you respond to situations, how you relate with others, how you handle pressure and uncertainty. It's part of your everyday life. Let's bring this a little bit closer to our reality. So most of us are living in environments where there is a lot of economic pressure, there is uncertainty about tomorrow, about our future. There are family responsibilities. There are a lot of expectations for us to succeed. And there are also limited opportunities, right? Some of us are supporting families while trying to build our own future. We are searching for jobs and facing rejection. We are studying while dealing with personal struggles. We are trying to hold it together for everyone else. And in all of this, who is checking on your mind? Who is checking on your emotional well-being? I had someone that I worked with some time ago, a very young professional who was dedicated at what he does. From the outside, you think, everything is okay. He's motivated. He does his job excellently. He's always excelling and all that. But deep down inside, he was very anxious. He was very tired. He was questioning himself, right? And when he started overthinking about whether or not he was enough, asking himself why so many things were not working or why he fails at some things, right? But when you see him from the outside, you may think that this is a young man who's great, he's doing everything. And his life relates to most of us, right? We function very well, but we struggle internally because we don't take a moment to reflect on what is happening internally. So mental health challenges don't always look so obvious. Sometimes it looks like the constant tiredness, the lack of motivation you have for even the things that you used to like, the irritation over small things. When you get irritated over the simplest things, you find it difficult to concentrate on anything that you put your hands on. You find yourself withdrawing from people, feeling overwhelmed by simple tasks. And sometimes that's what mental challenge looks like. And most of us, we ignore these signs. We say, I will be okay. It's just the stress. Let me push through it. But the more you ignore your mental health, the louder it becomes. The most common cause of mental health issues are stress and pressure. The person owning some sound, yes. The most common issues, cause of mental health issue is stress and pressure. Stress is a part of life, and there's nobody who would tell you, oh, I don't have stress. Everybody has stressful situation or stress factors in their life. So we say stress is part of life. A lot of deadlines to meet, a lot of expectations from people, a lot of responsibility. So they will always be there. But how this become an issue is if it is unmanaged. If stress is unmanaged, it becomes dangerous. It turns into anxiety, burnout, emotional exhaustion, and eventually affects your performance at anything at all. It could be on the job, it could be in school, it affects your performance. It also affects your relationships. it also affects your decision because you are not making decisions with a clear mind, right? Let's say this clearly. You cannot perform at your best if your mind is constantly overwhelmed. And that's where stress takes us if we don't manage it properly. Psychological well-being, on the other hand, is more about how stable and balanced you feel inside. When you say, I am okay, without having to internalize how you feel internally. You may say you are okay just from the outside. But when we talk about psychological well-being, we are interested in understanding how stable and how balanced you feel inside. It's about knowing yourself. It's about managing your emotions. And we talked about that when we talked about emotional intelligence. It's about handling difficult situations. And it's about maintaining a healthy relationship. But this requires something that most people try to avoid, which is self-awareness. And that's why we covered self-awareness in a previous session. You must be in a position where you are able to ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling? What is affecting me right now? The problem is that we don't pause. Many of us, we don't pause. We move from one task to another, from one responsibility to another. We don't clock in to check with ourselves. We don't ask, am I okay? Not the I'm fine when somebody asks you, but the am I okay question that you are asking yourself. And how many of us ask ourselves this question every day? Because you're supposed to ask yourself, am I okay? Not somebody else asking you. You ask yourself, am I okay? And because we don't ask ourselves this question, we end up carrying things for so long. Self-care is often misunderstood. Self-care is very important because that is the essence of psychological well-being, that you are taking care of yourself. When we hear people talk about self-care, people think about luxury. You get that self-care is luxury, that I will get to it when I have time. And when I make money, yeah, I'll take care of myself. You put it in the second place, but you prioritize it over everything else. But really, self-care is not optional. It is necessary because it doesn't have to be grand. Resting, taking breaks, talking to someone that you feel comfortable with, that you care about, creating space for yourself to do the things that you enjoy, setting boundaries. If you don't take care of yourself, eventually you will not have the capacity to take care of anything else. Because you are putting yourself in a position where you are taking care of everything else and everybody but yourself. But if you don't take care of yourself, you will break down even before you have enough to take care of all the people that you want to take care of. So taking care of yourself is just as important. One of the ways we can do that is through our support system. we are not meant to carry everything alone in this life. Nobody should be telling us that, yeah, it's your burden, it's your cross, you must carry it alone. Or it's your seat, it's the bed that you made for yourself, you must lie on it. Those are the kind of things that we tell ourselves. But you are not meant to carry everything alone. It is very okay for you to talk to a friend, speak to a mentor, share with someone that you trust. That doesn't mean you go about talking about your problem with everybody. Some people really don't care, right? So you should be careful who is in your support system. Because instead of helping you, they'll make the situation even worse. If you don't see anybody within your circle that you can call, find a mentor, find a coach, seek professional support anywhere else. There is strength in asking for help. I know the societal paradigm of you cannot ask for help. They will see it as a weakness, especially for the male. That the moment you ask for help, everybody thinks that, yeah, you're not man enough, right? But there's strength in asking for help. I want to challenge you today. Start paying attention to yourself. Notice the moments when you feel overwhelmed. Notice when you feel drained. Notice when your thoughts become negative. And then instead of ignoring it, pause, reflect, and then respond intentionally. In the reflection moment, ask yourself, how have I really been feeling lately? What is affecting my mental well-being? What have I been ignoring? And what do I need to start doing immediately? Because the moment we ignore these things, it affects our mental and psychological well-being. Benson, can you confirm if the facilitator is there?
Yeah, she's there. She's already in. Let me communicate to her whether she can take over. Hopefully, she is.
Great.
Meanwhile, you can conclude on your presentation as she takes over. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to leave you with this, that you can have opportunities, you can have knowledge, you can have skills, but if your mind is not well, you will struggle to use any of them fully. Your mental health is not a small thing. It is the foundation of your growth, your performance, your relationships, your future. So please do take care of your mind, protect your peace, create space for yourself, and remember you are not just here to survive life. You are here to live it fully with clarity, stability, and strength. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you can have your facilitator back. Yes, and over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brenda, for the wise words. I believe we have learned a few things, and I apologize once again for the delays by the presenter. Madam Aker, you're really welcome, and we have been waiting for you all along. So you may present for us what you had prepared for us. We've been craving for you. So welcome, and you can please you can take over the session. You can confirm to me
Hi.
whether you can.
Yeah, surely I'm getting you.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are doing fine. Sorry for the delay. I am having a bit of technical issues from this place. As I communicated the other day, I traveled, so I'm in a different location and it's a bit hard to access internet and also get credit. That's why I delayed a little bit. So to everyone that is here, sorry for that. I hope it won't repeat itself again. It's past 42 minutes. It's a lot, but all in all, we'll make it a bit shorter and brief so that we actually catch up with time. Benson, thank you for taking over and also trying to keep the call busy. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Once again, I'll say congratulations to the cohort 3 for making it through to this very session and also being selected to the fellowship. It's a really a great pleasure to be with you all here and also interact for the 3 months that will be on and off. We'll be interacting on most cases. So congratulations to all of you. Feel free, feel at home. This is a space for us to learn and also a space for us to exchange ideas and also get to understand ourselves. If you feel you're stuck somewhere and you need help, feel free to reach out to all of us. We are always available to support in one way or the other. My name is Akir Guy, and I'm going to be the facilitator for today. A proud member of the fellowship, Cohort 1, and I happen to facilitate in Cohort 2 and again in Cohort 3, which is happening today. So I'll say it's a privilege to be around open-minded people like you. From the orientation that I was attended, I feel like it's really going to be an interesting journey for us to be in. Benson, yeah, thank you for the slides. Uh, as we all know, today we're going to be having our mental health and psychological well-being, which is a thriving thing in workplaces and in our lives. I know most of us take mental health issues lightly. Yeah, I know most of us take it as if it is something that doesn't really affect you, but this is something we are ignoring globally. Most of us ignore this, and this is a right time for us to take up initiative for us to really understand ourselves. If you're really going through a mental health, or do you need support in one way or the other, you might be going through it but you will not actually define it if you're really having mental health issues. But in these sessions, I want us to make it freely and also trying to understand how these things happen in our lives. If you feel you're stuck somewhere and you really need clarification, or you need you have a concern, please feel free to stop me at some point, and I can be able to assist you in one way or the other. So today is about mental health and our psychological well-being, which is thriving in work and in our lives. So our learning objectives will be, at the end of these sessions, we'll be able to understand stress, anxiety, and burnout. What do these terms really mean to us, and how do we notice we are going through mental health issues? Then we'll be recognizing early warning signs. How do you understand that a sign that you're going through might be a sign of stress or anxiety or a burnout? We'll be able to identify. We'll be learning about health coping mechanisms. If you're going through mental health issues, how do you handle it? at some point. Then seeking help and building support system are people you can reach out to and a person you can be able to approach and can be of help to support you in one way or the other. Or be practicing mental hygiene. How do we really practice this for us to be in a safer space? Then we'll be promoting psychological safety and at work, and also promoting psychological safety at work and also in our daily routines. How do we really manage this? Then we'll be developing a personal mental wellness plan. How do we develop this? So this will be our learning objective. So the more we continue with these slides, we have to understand that these are some things that we are going to target in one way or the other. Uh, mm, yeah. So introduction to mental health and psychological well-being. Uh, so we are going to be having introduction to mental health and psychological well-being. So in the comment sessions, our chat box, please let's make good use of it. You can give me your definitions of what you really understand about mental health and psychological well-being. You can be putting all those comments in our chat box as we continue, then we'll be able to review them as we continue. So, introduction to mental health. Mental health is an essential part of our overall well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and behave in our daily lives. Good mental health allows individuals to cope with stress, work, productivity, building healthy relationships, and meaningful contributions to their communities. Yes, if you're having this part of mental health, there are situations where you feel like you're not even thinking right. There are situations where you just feel a lot is you're being overwhelmed with things. These are things that you really don't know. You might think it is normal, but it's not normal. These are part of stress. And stress, anxiety, and burnout is part of mental health. So the more you continue with all these things, the more it continues to affect you in one way or the other. So it affects how we think and how we feel. Then also our behaviors. You see others that become too aggressive out of nowhere. Even when you say something that it doesn't make somebody feels angry or annoy somebody, you feel a person is already furious. You feel a person is just like it wants to fight, or some kind of reactions at times. If you yourself you feel like, now what did I do to a person? These are things that a person is going through, mental health issues. Then it in our relationships we have these, in our workspaces we also have all these things. Then and understanding stress and anxiety and burnt out. Stress is it's a body's reaction to pressure or demanding situations. Yes. Uh, how your body reacts to things. You might be going through pressure. You have a lot of things that you need to do. You're too pressed with things. Then it was the situations that you're in. So this is like you being stressed out. You doing one. You're jumping from one place to another, trying to handle things in one way or the other, but things are not coming. This is stress. It is a normal part of life and can be yeah, the more you try to manage stress, it can make you focus and also stay motivated. For example, a student preparing for an important exam may feel stress, but this stress can motivate them to study other. People that are students in the universities, in high schools, and all these things. Understand, let's put an example of the national exams in senior four. How you feel like a lot is coming, the exams is approaching, and all those things, but you're stressed, you have not read, you feel like you have read something, but in your mind is telling you, no, you have not read enough, please continue reading and stuff like this. You find yourself you're going through a lot of stress. These are things that actually you get to understand that you are pressed, and a lot of things is demanding at a situation. Then however, when stress is stress becomes constant or overwhelming, it can negatively health. These are things that we need to understand. However much you're going through stress, also understand that this can be seen physically and it can also go mentally. So you need to know when you can be able to manage this. Common causes of stress are heavy workload to the work, uh, 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 work people who are in workspaces. You feel you have a lot of deadlines to meet, and you have a lot of work pending and stuff. You feel you are stressed, you want to handle all these things. Then also financial problems. When you're going through financial crisis, this is a lot that most of us are going through. Then family responsibilities. You have a lot of family, you're from an extended family, even when you're not even from an extended family, but you have a lot of things to handle at the same time. But now everything is carried on you. You don't have a second hand to support you in one way or the other. Then conflict with colleagues. You might be at a workspace, you are not okay with your colleagues, you're not even in a safe space. You feel too stressed, like, now do I talk to? Who can handle this for me and stuff? You feel like now everything is conflict related with your colleagues, so you are not having peace of mind. Then major life changes. A lot of things change in our life. From one, you being single, then to a relationship, from a relationship to marriage, from marriage to being a responsible parent. It's really a lot at times, and you feel you're stressed. A lot of people who are married, you find them having like, no, I wish I was still in my normal life where I was just handling things by myself. This is because they're stressed. They're carrying a lot of responsibilities on them, things they felt like when you were single, you were doing things for yourself, but now you have to handle responsibilities of other people. These are things that happen. Then types of stress. We have acute stress. This is a short-term stress that occurs during specific situations, such as preparing for a presentation or meeting a deadline. As I said earlier on, students, you are going for a presentation or you are going to defend your research work, but you feel you need to do this because this is something you have to do. So you feel you are having a lot of stress handling this and that, feel like things are not fixed well. You have to add this that maybe you have left out, or then your art is not settled. You feel like you have to put a touch of something, feel it's going to make more sense. You are not settled with all these things. Even when you feel like this thing is done, but something is telling you, no, you have to add this and this. So these are things that can actually give you stress, but it's a short-term thing. Then chronic stress. This is a long-term stress caused by ongoing pressure, such as financial difficulties or heavy workloads. Yeah, as financial things, you have financial crisis, but there's no way you are handling things. Even with the little that you make, a lot, you cannot handle all your responsibilities. You have to jump from one place to another, and with all that, you are stressed up. So these are things that feels it's hard to handle. Then an example is of a project officer working under tight deadlines might feel stressed because they need to complete reports, attend meetings, and manage multiple tasks at the same times. To the people that are working maybe in NGOs or even these normal other workspaces, you feel you have a lot of things to do. Project officers handle a lot of things. They have to do meetings, from meetings to following up the reports, from the reports to see if the project was really implemented well or not. Then you have to report this to the donors because you're using their money to implement a project. So a lot of these things are all overwhelming you at some time, and you feel you are too stressed up for all this. Then anxiety is a feeling of excessive worry, fear, or nervousness about situations that may happen in the future. While stress is usually related to a specific situation, anxiety can persist even when there's no immediate threat. Yes, like anxiety is just feeling worried, or you have fear in you. You feel like, okay, there are these situations where maybe you're in class and somebody has been a teacher or lecturer tells a person, you get up, but you're not good at public speaking. You see a person is stammering, or a person is fearing checking and all those things, because this is anxiety. you fear, you are worrying. Maybe you might not even say the right thing, or you are too nervous. These are things that really happen, or something that you're worried about might happen in the future. You're thinking of something right now, it might be good, but in the future you're feeling like, no, this might not end up well and stuff. So a lot of these things happen. Then signs of anxiety are constant worry. You are worrying over something. You feel like, okay, this is going to be negative or it's going to be positive, but it's not coming. You're not predicting the future. You're just there trying to understand how things will look like. Then feeling reckless, feeling difficulty in concentrating. Your mind is too far. You're not even paying attention to things. You're just there thinking of things you might not even handle. Then trouble sleeping. There are people you find at night they're not even sleeping, and when you ask them, why are you not sleeping, that I don't know why I'm not sleeping. These are things you're feeling anxiety. You are worrying over things you don't even understand why you are worrying. Then increased heart rate. You see somebody's having a faster heartbeat. You might not understand what is really going on, but a person is just having that kind of heartbeat. Example is of a young professional may feel anxious before presenting in a meeting because they worry about making mistakes or being judged by colleagues. Yes, this is what I was saying earlier on to students that are in schools. You might feel like maybe what you want to say is wrong, but your mind is telling you maybe it's positive or it's negative, but you're just there trying to understand yourselves. If I say it now, what if it is wrong? But if I say it, what if it is correct? You're just confused over things. This is part of anxiety. Burnout is a condition caused by prolonged or chronic stress, especially in the workplace. This is burnout. As I said earlier on to the students, that to the work people, this is actually you handling something every now and then. Every month you're doing the same thing. Every month you're doing the same thing. You're stressed up. Your body is not resting. Your mind is not settled, and all those things. You are working throughout from January to December. This is going to be a burnout. You see yourself. You're even not. You are losing yourself. You're just really focused on work. You're not thinking about yourself in one way or the other. It occurs when people feel emotionally exhausted, detached from their work, and unable to perform effectively. Mostly, this is a lot for you to handle. Symptoms of burnout: we have constant fatigue. You're always just tired. Loss of motivation. You feel like you lose motivation. You don't feel like you need to do it, but you have to do it at some point. Gun feeling overwhelmed, reduced productivity, and negative attitude towards work. There are people you feel like when they first got their job, they wake up every morning. I'm going for work early morning. A person is very early for work, but with time, you see a person has been working tirelessly without resting, and that so he has burnout. So you feel like a person even wakes up at late hours. Why not going for work? I don't feel like going for work. If you've ever seen these people, even ourselves, we know this these things happen to us. So these are really like signs and symptoms of burnout that we need to understand. Example is a social worker who deals with many demanding cases without enough rest or support may eventually feel emotionally drained and lose motivation to continue their work. This is a lot for you to handle. Not even being a social worker, but a lot of us that are in spaces where you have to do work in one way or the other. It's a lot. You do have to meet the deadlines. Then, early warning signs of mental health challenges are mental health problems often begin with small warning signs. Recognizing these early signs helps individuals take action before the situation worsens. Emotional signs. These signs affect how a person feels. Examples include feeling overwhelmed, frequent irritability, persistent sadness, loss of motivation. These are a lot of things. These are signs that you need to know, if part of emotional signs that you need to understand. Then example is someone who used to enjoy their work may certainly feel unhappy or unmotivated to go for work. As I said earlier on, it's a lot. Physical signs, mental stress can also affect the body. Examples include constant tiredness. You're always tired. headache, you're always complaining of headache. Then muscle tension, your body is too tired, your bones are feeling heavy, pain everywhere in one way or the other. Difficulty in sleeping, it's very hard for you to actually catch sleep. Then changes in appetite. Most cases, people even forget about lunch hours. These are signs you need to understand if you're going through a mental health issue or not. So as you continue, please note that in one way or the other, try to understand where you fall. Example is a person experiencing stress may have trouble sleeping at night because they keep thinking about the work problems. As I said earlier on, project officers don't rest. You feel like you want to lie down, then you have to think like, I did not do this, I did not add this and that. So it feels your mind is not settled. Even when you want to sleep, your mind is not settled. Um, Examples include avoiding social interactions, decreased productivity, increased use of alcohol or substances, um, missing deadlines or responsibilities. This is what I was saying earlier on. An example is an employee who was previously punctual may begin arriving late or missing work. As I said earlier on, the people who used to love their job at the beginning, but with the process, they feel like they're too tired or they're too lazy to attend to go for their work things. Then connectivity signs, these signs affect thinking and concentration. Your mind is not at rest. They include difficulty focusing, negative thinking, forgetfulness, poor decision making. These are part of the signs that you need to put in place. For example, a person experiencing stress may struggle to concentrate during meetings or forget important tasks. Like you're supposed to do something, but you forget, then you just be thinking, now I wanted to do something. What was it? Because your mind is too occupied up, you're stressed with a lot of things. Then coping strategies for stress and anxiety. Coping strategies for stress and anxiety includes regular exercise. You have to do exercise regularly. Either you go jogging or you go for walking or you can even go to gym. Anything to keep your mind off from what your daily things that you used to do. These are things that can actually help you to let go of whatever stress you are going through or anything related to what is giving you mental health issues. Eating healthy. Healthy eating means you have to eat foods. Don't just concentrate on one thing. Do a balanced diet eating. This can help you physically and mentally. Then time management. You can set your time limits. You're supposed to do this by 7. You're supposed to do have your breakfast, or by 5:30 you're supposed to be at the gym, and this. You put your time, just put something that will give you reminders that you're at this specific time, this is what you're supposed to do. So you have to monitor your time management. And enough sleep. Always be considerate of your sleep. Can sleep for 7 to 8 hours. It's very normal for you to sleep. Others don't even sleep. In most cases, this is something that's draining you. So always concentrate in getting enough sleep. It helps in reducing your mental health. Then having hobbies. If you're a person that loves reading, read novels, do something. If you're a person that goes out, on most cases you go out, do something that is going to distract you from your daily activities. These are things that you do on most cases. um, Take breaks where necessary. If you're at work, always utilize your leaves. Don't let them just go throughout. You're working from January to December. Why do you want to kill yourself? If you have leaves, maybe after 3 months, take the leaves off, stay away from work, and also concentrate in building your own self without work things. Then seek professional help. If you feel this is too much, open up to a person, talk to a person, and you can be helped, or you can even see a therapist, something that will make you um, cope up with what is going on in your life. Then building a personal well-being plan. Do exercise, eat diet, take breaks, and develop a sleep routine. Take time out to do what you love. This is what I was saying earlier. These are things that can really help you understand or let go of whatever thing you're going through. Then seeking help. Seeking help is an important step in maintaining mental well-being. If you feel you need somebody to talk to, always confide in someone. Somebody that can understand your situation, somebody that can be able to give you one or two words that can really help you get off all these things. Many people hesitate to ask for help due to stigma or fear being judged. Yeah, there are a lot of people you might say whatever I'm going to say out now or whatever I want to seek help for, a person might judge me for actually talking about it. But it's normal. As long as it's going to help you, you don't just assume things in your mind that this is what is going to happen. Always have that person you can confide in to help you solve out one or two issues you feel like that you cannot handle by yourself. Then types of support are personal support. Friends and family can provide emotional encouragement and understanding. In your family, you can be able to talk to one or two, or you have a friends that can you can be able to open up to and talk to a person that can understand you. Then workplace support is supervisors, colleagues can offer guidance, workload adjustments, or emotional support. Don't kill yourself with work things a lot. Can always have timeline. Set your times. Also tell either your supervisor, your colleagues to help you in one. Don't carry a cross of a lot of things that you cannot handle at the same time. Then professional support is mental health professionals such as counselors, psychologists, and therapists can provide specialized help. If you feel like this is too much, you can always reach out to these people to seek for a professional support. Community support, these are community groups, religious leaders, or support networks can also provide encouragement and guidance. This is this is a lot for you to handle. For an example, an employee feeling overwhelmed may mm, may speak to their supervisor about adjusting deadlines or workload. Yeah, this is an example of things that you can seek for a support from your supervisor. Mental health hygiene practices. Mental health mental hygiene refers to daily habits that help maintain good mental health. These are things that you need to do on your uh, daily basis that can help you maintain good mental health. Um, just a physical hygiene keeps the body healthy. Mental hygiene keeps the mind balanced. So if you have a physical hygiene, that keeps your body healthy, and a mental hygiene keeps your mind balanced. Important mental hygiene practices: healthy sleeping. As I said earlier on, please always have enough rest. Always have enough rest. Adequate sleep improves concentration, mood, and overall well-being. Adults generally need 7 to 8 hours of sleep, enough of 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. You need to utilize all these hours. Set a specific time. Don't always spend most of your time that you're supposed to be sleeping on your phones or just there doing other things. Always utilize your hours for sleeping. Then balanced nutrition. Healthy food supports brain functions and energy levels. Foods rich in fruits, vegetables, and proteins contribute to mental health. Always do a balanced diet on whatever you're taking in. Then digital balance. Excessive screen time or social media use can increase stress, anxiety. Setting limits on screen time helps maintain mental health. Yes, if your time is, don't spend most of your time online or seeing your phones or being on a laptop and stuff. Always be off the screen for some time. If you're supposed to rest, rest. Don't utilize the hours that you're supposed to be sleeping on your screen. uh, Mindfulness and reflection. Taking time to reflect and relax can improve emotional awareness. Practices include journaling, meditation, or quiet reflection. You can always do this to keep your mind busy, keep your mind relaxed from every stress that you're going in. Setting boundaries, learning to say no and avoid over commitment helps prevent burnt out. Example is a worker may decline additional tasks when their schedule is already full. Don't don't make yourself a good Samaritan. If you feel like you have a lot of work that you're handling, and your maybe your boss gives you another work load on top of what you're handling, always say no to something. Don't overcarry a burden when you know you cannot handle all these things at once. um, this is a respectful communication, supportive leadership, and openness to feedback. Absence of bullying or harassment, encouragement of teamwork. These are things that you can always do to carry all these things at once. Example includes psychological safe workspace. Employees feel comfortable asking questions of or admitting mistakes without fear of being blamed. Always have open feedback. If you feel like something is it's wrong or right, always feel free to talk about it. Don't keep it in your head so that it goes, you start thinking about it now on this and that and all that. Don't always carry these things. Personal mental wellness plan. A personal mental health plans help individuals maintain their mental health by identifying strategies that support their well-being. One, always identify your stress triggers. Always know what is causing your stress. Don't just say you are stressed but you don't know why you are stressed. No, there's always a reason to why you are stressed, why you're going through something. Examples include work deadlines, financial challenges, family responsibilities. If you're handling a lot of family responsibilities, know that this is already part of your triggers for stress. Then Benson, go back down. Recognize warning signs. Feeling constantly tired, irritability, difficulty concentrating, know that these are already warning signs. Always understand your warning signs. So, from the first, identify what is causing you stress, anxiety, and burnout. Always know what is causing all that. Then, after that, always identify the warning signs that you feel in yourself. This is why I am going through this, because I had identify what caused it. Then the third one is to develop coping strategies. After all these things, how do I handle the stress that I'm going in? I have identified what is causing me stress. I've identified the signs that I see in me. Now you need to identify how you can cope with all these things. First, you need to have exercise regularly. As I said earlier on, set your time schedules on how you can handle this. Then always practice mindfulness. Be mindful of things that is causing this. Either it's going to be negative or positive. Be mindful of it. Talk to a trusted person. As I said earlier on, if it's a friend, is a mother, is a father, or even a colleague at work, you feel like you have confidence or trust this person, always be able to open up and talk to a person. A person might be of support in one way or the other. Then identifying supporting supporting systems. Identifying supporting systems. It can be a friend, it can be a mentor, or it can be a counselor. Always identify your supporting systems, then make a self-care commitment. Like, always say something to yourself. I will take time each week to rest and recharge. If this is what you want to do to make your stress go off, always do this. Stick to it. If it is by 7, I am supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this. Stick to what you're supposed to do. This is going to help you in one way or the other. And to this, I think we are trying to manage the time and we're in the time frame. So that is going to be the end of our slides for today, and I'll be able to allow questions, suggestions, or comments. You have something to say or something you want to ask about, you can also reach out. I'm still around here to answer your questions and also do clarity where you feel you've not understood. So, back to you all. Hi, Benson. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you so much, Mr. for taking us through the session. It has been a wonderful one. We really appreciate your efforts despite all the challenges. You really managed to come and attend to us. And also, I wish to extend my sincere appreciations to all those who stayed around. A few came and left and also returned. Thank you for coming back. And I believe the session was really interactive. It was really informative. Most of the things we go through them. Before I go further, maybe we can give chance to a few people. If you cannot talk, then you can write in the chat box. We can be able to read your messages, and maybe we respond to them appropriately. So I really thank you so much. I'm seeing Chual. Mental health is your emotional, physical, and social well-being. Yeah, this was the question asked before. Okay. Okay. Can you go through the chat box and maybe you try to answer some of these questions? But I think I see there is no question. Some they are trying to answer the question you asked before. Yes. If there is any other thing that you'd wish us to know, and also you'd wish us to know, and maybe inquiries, please feel free to either chat with us in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. You can raise up your hands and we give you the opportunity to tell us, to discuss with us what really has transpired. You can also share your suggestions on what should be done better. Yes, Mr. Tarir is saying the slides were comprehensive. Thank you. We shall share with you the slides. If there is another question, you can always post in the group chat or on WhatsApp, on any other platforms. We can be able to respond. Mrs. Jocelyn Lexi is like, thank you so much for the knowledge. I truly appreciate. I enjoyed it. We are grateful that you really enjoyed and also had an informative session. Yes, thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. That is Ring. Then Kanyak is saying mental health refers to a person's overall emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how you think, feel, and behave. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the answers. Thank you for the answers. For those who are, I'm going to share the attendance in the chat box. I believe we should always be around. We should be around to fill in the
Yes,
attendance.
Juba.
Yes, yes, please.
Uh, are you getting me over there?
Yes, I'm getting you, Julius.
Uh, thank you for giving me this chance, and thank you for the presentation. It was really very educative. I gained a lot of knowledge. At least now, I can cope up with my stress, and I can really identify them. I'm having a question.
Yes, please.
yes,
Uh,
yes, Julius.
is stress, can it be defined as depression also? Is it having the same meaning, or what is depression and stress? Their differences. That's my question.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Our facilitator will answer that.
Julius, thank you for that. Stress and depression are closely related, but not the same thing. We need to understand the differences and how they connect. This can really help you to manage both better. As I said earlier, one stress is your body's natural response to pressure or challenges. How you handle all these things, and I also gave you examples of what stress is, like work or financial pressure, you have relation issues, and also like big life responsibilities. You're handling a lot of responsibility. This is stress. It's natural thing. You're being pressed or you're pressured over some things. Then depression is more serious and a long lasting one, which feels like mental condition that affects how you feel, think, and act. Let's put common signs like persistent sadness or emptiness. Like persistent sadness is like maybe you lost a loved one, you always stress like you've lost a loved one in your life. This is something you cannot change, but it has happened. But you will keep thinking about it. It's a long lasting one. A person can never come back to life because it's done, but the person was part of your life. So this is something that is long lasting, and it is more serious. It's really serious. We always see this situation. Maybe you have lost a father or you have lost a mother, but these are people that were so close to you because they are your parents. They get back to you. There are situations where you feel like you're handling things and you feel like, I wish my father was here. I wish my mom was here. These are long lasting things that you cannot handle, but they are more serious and they will affect you mentally at some point or the other. You'll be thinking about it. You will always feel you always feel empty because they are not around, and you cannot act like all these things of loss of interest in things you enjoy. Maybe you used to be a party person, then out of nowhere you change your lifestyle. You no longer go partying, or you don't have energy to do things, and you're always having this constant fatigue that you don't really get where all these things coming from. So, and how stress and depression are connected is long-term stress can lead to depression. The more you are stressed every now and then about this, it leads to a long-time depression. You'll be thinking about it always, and it's going to be part of you in your daily life or your daily things that you do. It will be part of you. So if your stress becomes a long-term thing, it leads to depression. So this is something you need to understand. Why I said that stress, you can be able to manage stress, and you need to understand what causes stress in your life. So then you need to know how you can cope or solve out your stress issues. Then when stress is not managed, it drains your emotional strength. These are things that can lead to depression. If you don't know how to control your stress, it might lead to your depression. Then depression can also make everyday stress feel much worse. You feel worse every now and then because you're thinking about it. So in one way or the other, stress can be a short-term thing you can be able to manage, but depression is a long-term situation that it has happened, but you will always be feeling emptiness about it. You always feel something is missing in you that is supposed to be part of your life. So these are things I feel like these are some of the things that you can connect between stress and depression. So I think Juliet, I don't know if that is clear or not.
Okay, Julius, I hope that answers your question. Or if there's any other thing you need to be made clear, you can as well get back. Thank you so much. That is a very informative from Madam Care. And if there's any other question, please you can keep it coming, or you can request to be allowed to tell us your mind as we wind up. I think today we're a little bit early. Our session went very fast, and we shall use some of the time to interact and be ourselves. Okay. 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 I think everyone is silent. Everyone is silent. Does it mean we're okay? Okay. There are some questions posted by Kanyak. What are the main causes of poor mental health among young people? I think Madam Aker can can answer that. There are three questions. What are the main causes of poor mental health among young people? Then how can someone know when stress becomes a serious mental health problem? There's also what roles do family support play in maintaining good mental health? Then lastly, how can schools help students improve their mental well-being? This is from Kanye. I believe Madam Aker Guy, you can walk us through some of these questions, and we see a way forward.
Yeah, I think somebody asked here about how do you, a minute, how can we control stress and what are the anti-stress medications? If you're a person that wants to handle your stress with medications, me, I wouldn't advise that. But managing stress works best when you combine your daily habits with maybe a needed medical support. Okay, medication can help, but it's not usually the first step in whatever you want to handle your stress with. Don't always put medications first. Always understand what has caused your stress and how you can be able to manage stress, what triggers your stress and stuff. These are things you always need to put first, then also understand. So, prolonged stress, that is already depression. You're no longer stressing that, because if it needs medication, that means it's a prolonged stress. How to control stress naturally is always calm your body first. Don't practice breathing, like deep breathing. There's always said inhale, then outhale. Always put these things that will go direct to your mind. Practice deep breathing to make yourself calm. Then maybe move your body. You can walk, you can maybe dance or do a light exercise. As I said earlier, if you do into work and a lot of things like that, always know how you can be able to make your mind off from work related activities. Then you can also manage your thoughts. Write down like what's stressing you. As I said earlier, always know what is the cause of your stress and how you can be able to manage that. And then improve your routine. As I said earlier, always utilize your sleeping hours. Don't always focus on you're supposed to be sleeping but you're on your social media doing other things. These are things can you can actually control and you can manage. So these are ways you can control. Then always take it out, share with a friend. Don't keep it into your heart. The more you keep it into your heart, it becomes something else, causes this mental thing. So always have a person you can confide in. Then anti-stress medications that you might need, these are things, okay, you can take with the doctor's guidance. Especially in this country, I know I wouldn't give you the names of drugs. I would like, okay, I would give you the names of the drugs, but please don't buy them without a doctor's instructions. Don't feel like maybe you're not sleeping, you feel you're stressed. No, don't buy these drugs. So I have a few drugs, but I don't feel it is necessary to give you people without understanding what you might be going through. So maybe I will advise you, if you have something to discuss, you can always you can you can inbox me or you can call me or you can send me a message.
Hello, Aker. Are you still there? It's like your network is cracking. Hello, Madam Aker. Your network is cracking. Can you hear me? Uh, is anyone hearing Madam Aker?
Hi, are you not getting me?
Yeah, I wasn't getting you, but now you're a little bit clear. I think your network is cracking.
Yeah, I was saying that questions I've answered. What the causes of stress. The person that was asking for medical description, I cannot display that here unless we need to first understand what you're really going through, because these are medical things that need have to be taken on doctor's guidance. So it cannot just be disclosed, but we are available if you need to talk. we can be able to assist you in one way or the other. So I think that question is answered. Then, what are the main causes of poor mental health among young people? Currently, I would say they're all it's a mix of social, economical, and personal pressures. In one way or the other, you're having your social issues, you're having economical issues, then you also have your personal issues. So economical and life pressures are maybe unemployment, you're unemployed. This is going to cause you mental issues, or you're having financial struggles, it's also going to cause you mental issue, because this is something you'll be thinking about every now and then. Then maybe you have a pressure to succeed early in life, maybe you want to make it at your 20s, you want to do one or two things you feel you can achieve at that age, but things are not going well. It keeps you having that mind that this is what I'm supposed to do and stuff. Then social and relationship challenges, I would say family conflicts, you having a lot of family issues or you lack support. Everything is under your responsibility. You have to do it. You have to struggle, pay your tuition, support your family. This is every responsibility on you. You don't have a person to actually uh, put the responsibilities on. So the family conflicts, I would say, is what is causing um, main cause of poor mental health issues among the youth. Then the digital and media impact, comparison with others online, or maybe cyberbullying. A lot of us are going through cyberbullying. These are things that are really causing a lot of poor mental health among the young youth. Then trauma and in difficult environment. Maybe you're in a different environment and it's really very hard for you to cope up with life. It can cause you mental issues, a lot of mental issues. Then trauma is something that most people are really going through and they're not talking about it. And then academic pressure to students who are going through pressure from school, a lot is on you to handle. So it's a lot, it causes a lot, because most of these age errands, these are youth that are in schools doing all this. Then the second question, when when does stress become a serious mental health problem? Stress becomes serious when it's persistent, overwhelming, and affects daily functioning. So there's warning signs are stress lasts weeks or months without relief, that you've been going through stress for weeks, for months, and there's no solution to it. Then know that is becoming a serious mental health problem. You feel constantly sad, anxious, or empty. You always feel sad, things are not right. You always feel anxiety. Anxiety is part of everything. Then you always feel empty. These are warning signs that you should always put in mind that you are going through a serious mental issues. Or you lose interest in doing things you used to enjoy. You used to party, but out of nowhere things change. You don't know what has happened. Or maybe you used to play football, then from nowhere you no longer go to do things you used to enjoy. You used to move with your friends, but now you're alone. You're making yourself idle. You're going through something. Then poor concentration or performance. Maybe you used to be an academician in school, but out of your performances are dropping every now and then. You're not focused, your mind not settled. Try to understand that something is wrong. You're having triggers that are making you go through that. Then other people decides to be, even isolate yourself from people. You don't even want to be near people. You need to understand that something is wrong with you, something is going on in your life. Then feeling hopeless or worthless. You feel like you are not even worthy of life. You are feeling hopeless. You're feeling like, maybe something is not even going to be happening in a positive way or the other. Just know that these are triggers that you're going through a serious mental health problem. The role of family support in mental health. Uh, every family plays a huge role, either positively or negatively. These are things we need to do. So on a positive part, you need to have emotional support. Maybe somebody who listens to you, a person that is always there to support you in one way or the other. That is already a family role. A person is trusting your family to support. Maybe a person that gives you guidance and encouragement. You know what? Even if this is happening today, I have hopes things are going to change in the future. So these are things that you need to always know, that a family serves a positive role. Then feeling self and value, you are always self. Even when you're in a space, you feel, even when I'm with my family like this, I'm always self. I'm very okay with this. There are people who don't even want to go to their families. Or even when you get out of the house and it's evening, you're supposed to go back, you feel I'm going back to that house. Just know that something is right, it is wrong somewhere. So maybe your family, you are not valued, you're not respected, you're not supported, or a lot of things that are happening that you don't get. Know that something is not right. And early detection of problems. Maybe you are sad today, and then maybe your reactions are not okay. Then a person notices within the family that this person is not really okay. Something is not right. They know that your family is playing a role. They monitor your emotional moods every now and then. The negative impacts is criticism or lack of understanding. You're always talking to somebody. Nobody's giving you listening ears. Know that your family is not supporting you. It's in a negative way. The neglection or neglect or pressure. You're being neglected. You're always just there on your own. Or you're being pressured to do this and that. Just know. Then poor communication. You're not always even talking with your family people. You just come in direct to your room. You come out. You don't even actually eat in your house. You feel you are not safe in your own house. Know that this is a negative thing. Your family is not playing a positive role in your life. Then question 4 is how schools can support student mental well-being. Uh, this is a space most people spend their time in. Students, most of the youth spend their times in schools. So schools can always provide mental health education, teaching students about stress, emotions, and coping skills. Schools can always have that initiative to do this, provide mental health education to students so that they always understand. They can also be able to support counseling services, maybe access to training counselors or safe spaces to talk to, giving bringing counselors that can always be there to give listening ears to students. Then reduce academic pressure, like balance workload and realistic expectations. They can always be there to reduce this academic pressure. Then create a safe environment, maybe a zero tolerance for bullying. In school, where they said if you are going to bully a person, you are going to be getting this punishment and this, so they can always get this space to actually uh, create a safe space for students. Then always encourage activities, maybe sports, arts, and clubs to reduce stress. Maybe on Fridays, you're supposed to go to your clubs. You have Interact Club, you have your music clubs, and all those things that can make you get out of class to also relax your mind. So these are things to just schools can provide to also support students. Then also train teachers, help them recognize early signs of mental health issues, like training teachers on how they can be able to identify these triggers that students are going through. So I think these questions are all answered. I don't know if we have another question that is pending that I need to do.
Yeah, someone is asking how many types of mental illness are there?
Um, there are a lot of there are a lot of types of mental health illnesses. As I said earlier on, this was about stress that I was talking about. The several types of mental health illnesses. Okay, we can talk of the mood disorders. This is like mood disorders. Like from 1 minute now you're happy, then the next minute your moods have changed. You don't even know why your moods have changed. This is something you need to understand. This is a mental health illness. Examples can be is depression, as I said earlier, prolonged situation. Then you can also have a bipolar disorder, extreme mood swings, like you are happy now, then the next minute you are sad, you don't know why you are sad. This is something you need to put in mind, that this is also a disorder that you need to understand. Then we can talk of anxiety disorders. This is just mostly deals with anxiety. Things are not right, your mind is not settled and all that. These are things I can really understand that this is part of mental health illness. Then psychotic disorders. Uh, these are they affect a person's sense of reality. At times, symptoms include seeing or hearing things not real. Like most cases, people hear things that are not right. These are psychotic disorders or delusions, like false beliefs. This is delusion is what most people really know about. That is also a disorder actually that we need to understand. Then personality disorders. Maybe this involves long-term patterns of thinking and behaviors that are unhealthy. These are things that are not unhealthy. Like we can talk of borderline personality disorders, antisocial personality disorder. These are things that you feel like I need to put myself in one place or the other. That we need to. Then we can talk of trauma-related disorders. Like I said earlier, conflict, violence, or loss. This is trauma. You're going through something. And a lot they are about substance use disorders, people who take drugs. It is also illness that is part of this. Then we have neurodevelopmental disorders. This is autism. As we talk of people with autism, this is part of it, mental health illness. Then we have eating disorders related to unhealthy eating behaviors and body image. So I think these are a part. I can be able to send all of these. I think if you feel you need them, I can be able to add that to your list. I think are we okay?
Yeah, hopefully silence means okay. And yeah, I think everyone else is okay. If there's any other question, okay, we're going to add the mental health presentation. Then someone is asking, may you please add the mental health simple meditation like slow breathing through your nose and then out through your mouth. Then someone
Yeah,
also
that is.
asked what daily habits can help protect mental health.
As I said earlier on, you need to cope with some things that you can put in your routines, like regular exercise. You can be able to set a time limit that from this and this at this time I'm supposed to do this. It's part of you protecting your daily habits. You can also get enough sleep. Don't stress yourself with a lot of things. Take enough sleep for yourself. Then can eat well and stay dehydrated. Take water, eat well, eat good things. Then always manage your thoughts. Practice positive thinking. Then take breaks and rest. I think that is also something I had mentioned earlier. So these are things you can actually put in place. So you
Hmm.
know that these are things that you're going through. I think
Okay,
I you can.
a quick one. Someone is asking, what is that condition when you have a lot to do but end up doing nothing at all?
Should I put that distress or depression? Because it's not actually clear or that.
Hmm.
Uh, ah, okay, it
Okay.
doesn't mean you are lazy
Nancy,
though. You are
Nancy,
not lazy.
Nancy, you can put it clearly. Maybe the question, yes, exactly that is what was coming into my mind. Someone answered it as procrastination. That is Teresa
Yeah,
Akol. Mm.
yeah,
So I think exactly that's what you're meaning, Nancy.
yeah. Because that is
Yeah,
not actually clear. Yeah,
I think that's what Nancy is meaning exactly. Thank you so much, Teresa. Okay, we
yeah.
can keep the messages coming if there is any other. We're left with around a quarter an hour for us to close our session. I'm seeing most of the guys think they have some other things to do out. They are leaving the chat, but let's stay around and this is a very important moment that we really talk about things that matter. However much they were not in the presentation, but this is where we learn some new things. So we should keep around, and people come out with important questions that leads us to something interesting. Okay. Yeah, someone also answered that task paralysis.
Yes.
Yes, I think it's the same stuff. Yeah, so I think Nancy, you've got the answers you are looking for. Okay, thank you for the answers. Any other question? Meanwhile, remember to fill in the attendance so that we can be able to track those who really attended the session, and those who didn't attend. We may advise them to check out the YouTube channel for the session there. Okay, maybe Madam Akel, since there's no one having something left, maybe you can conclude.
All right, thank you, Benson, and to everybody that attended today's sessions. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so happy, and I'm so glad that I'm able to share this with all of us here. Uh, Please don't always feel judged. We are here to help ourselves. If you feel you need help, or you need people to talk to, or you feel you need to do clarifications on something, we are in the group, in the WhatsApp group. You can always reach out. I am always available to support you in one way or the other. And also, the other mentors are always there to support you. This is a learning process, and it's a journey for all of us. We are learning from you, and you're also learning from us. So, this is at the end of this fellowship, we can be able to be proud that we actually understood ourselves. We helped each other to go through this. So, so all of you that attended today's sessions and those that did not attend, I would say thank you all for making time to be part of this wonderful session. I know mental health is something we take to be slightly, it's actually not slightly, all of us are going through one or two things that we feel it's not about mental health. But if you go deeply to all these things, you will understand that uh, that this is stress or mental health issues that you are really going through. So please don't always feel judged. Always talk to one or two people you feel like it's going to be of help. Somebody is asking, does chronic stress lead to self-flashes? No, it's not. It's not. It does not lead. Uh, so I'll say thank you all for making time to be here, and I'll still apologize for attending late. A lot of things have been up and have not actually been settled, and here network is a bit complicated for us to actually use uh, to have internet. So uh, based on Asclepiasis is an implementation of the brain most commonly caused by viral infections. So it's actually something to do with brain issues. So it's a medical emergency. It's not a stress condition.
Okay.
So Benson, thank you so much. And to all the facilitators that are in today, I'll say thank you for making time to be part of this. And we are always here to help you in one way or the other. So thank you so much.